On April 8th, 2021. I'm going to call to order this select board meeting. Just one quick notice pursuant to Governor Baker's March 12, 2020 order suspending certain provisions of the open meeting law, general law, chapter 30A, section 18, and subsequent order imposing strict limitations on the number of people that may gather in one place. This meeting will be conducted via remote participation to the greatest extent possible. Specific information, general guidelines for remote participation by members of the public and or parties with the right and a requirement to attend this meeting can be found on the town's website at www.chelmsfordma.gov. For this meeting, members of the public who wish to watch the meeting may do so by accessing Chelmsford Telemedia website at www.chelmsfordtv.org. No in-person attendance of members of the public will be permitted, but every effort will be made to ensure that the public can adequately access the proceedings in real time via technological means. In the event that we are unable to do so, despite best efforts, we will post to the town's website an audio video recording, transcript, or other comprehensive recording of proceedings as soon as possible after the meeting. And I don't think we have a chat box active, so I don't have to make the chat announcement. Good. With that, we'll start the meeting. And so the first item that's on here is election of officers.
I'll nominate Virginia Timmons for chairman.
I'll second that.
I accept the nomination.
All right, so we have a first, a second. We'll do a vote by roll. Any other nominations? Do we vote one at a time, or do we vote? Okay, so we'll vote by roll call.
Yep.
Yeah, George.
Aye.
Pat.
Aye.
Mark.
Aye.
I'll vote aye. Virginia.
Aye.
Congratulations. So now we'll take nominations for vice chair.
Now Virginia's the chair.
She's the chair.
Oh. It's all yours, Virginia. Congratulations.
Okay. Thank you. So we'll take nominations for vice chair.
I'll nominate Ken LaFave.
Do we have a second? I'll second. Any other nominations? Okay, we'll take a vote by roll call. George?
Aye.
Pat?
Aye.
Mark?
Aye.
Ken?
I vote aye.
And I vote aye. Nomination for clerk?
I nominate Mark Carrata.
I'll second that.
Any other nominations? Mark, do you accept the nomination?
Yes.
Okay, we'll take a vote. George?
Aye.
Pat?
Aye.
Ken?
Aye.
Mark?
Aye.
And I vote aye. Before we move on to the schedule, I'm just going to share my screen for a moment. And Ken, we would normally present this plaque to you as the outgoing chair. Thank you for all you've done and all your efforts. Paul will have it at Town Hall if you want to pick it up, or they can arrange to drop it off to you. So thank you.
Congratulations, Ken.
Okay, the next meeting, the next agenda item is the schedule for April through June. Does everyone have the schedule, or do you need me to share it?
No, I have it.
Any comments on Paul's memo and suggestions?
I guess I'm kind of unsure about having a meeting on Tuesday, April 27th. That would be the same day as a school committee meeting. Why not just aim for a heavy May schedule, do 3 meetings in May, say the 3rd, the 10th, and the 24th. Since there seems to be reluctance to meet on the 26th, which that's fine. I have no problem with that. We'd have and then we can meet in June on the 7th. And if we needed another meeting before town meeting, we could do June 14th also. That would keep with our Monday schedules. And I'd also like to bring up maybe going back to meeting in person at least temporarily at the school admin building. I think almost everybody that needs to be there has been vaccinated at this point or will be shortly. And I think we did pretty well at maintaining distancing when we were there last time. The school committee has met even through the winter, through all the COVID stuff without having any issues. So I would like to go back to doing that.
So let's take this in 2 pieces. Let's do the schedule and then we can talk about in person and see how people feel about that. Pat, is that all right?
Sure.
Okay. Any other thoughts on the schedule? I'll just throw out there, I actually had kind of the opposite thought as you, Pat. If we eliminate the 27th, I'm really concerned about 3 weeks in between meetings, even if we add May 3rd, because our meetings have been so content rich and they're lasting, 3 hours as it is. And we have to start fitting in briefings by the advocates for the town meeting warrant articles. The finance committee took 5 meetings to get through their briefings before they got to a point where they were ready to vote. So I just, every time we have a meeting 3 weeks from the previous one, it just seems to be like a marathon in terms of the amount of things we have to cover. So that's my only concern about not having a meeting the week of the 26th. And then I was also, in addition to that, Pat, I was thinking about whether we should stack another one in May, even if we just have a meeting to dedicate to presentations on the town meeting warrant articles. I think I'm concerned about these 3 and 4 hour marathon meetings that we've been having, and it's going to be even worse as we start getting the briefings for the articles. So that's my only thought.
Okay, well, I guess if you kind of, do that in conjunction with possibly meeting in person on the 27th, the school committee does meet. So we would have a conflict with location if we were to meet in person at the school committee. We could meet, what about the 20th then, the day after Patriots Day, have next Monday and then a little over a week later. That's also a Tuesday. Any thoughts on that? And then we could skip into May.
No, I mean, any
I know
Tuesday we're going
after
to, I'm sorry, I was just going to say any Tuesday we're going to conflict with another committee. The 20th is Conservation Commission, but go ahead.
But
Ken.
if we're in person, I'm talking about the in-person part, if we were to do it in person. But anyway, go ahead, Ken. Sorry to interrupt.
Well, no, it's okay. I was just going to add that, I thought the goal of the 6 o'clock meeting was to, have us finishing earlier at night. It doesn't, it seems like our meetings are getting longer, and I think it is a lot, I don't know what everybody else's schedule is, but where I like to get to work early and then to do these meetings and then have them go to these later hour. I think I'd rather more meetings that run less time than content-rich meetings, as Virginia calls them, that run late, because I just get to the point where I'm drained.
I would agree with that, and I think everybody gets tired after 2.5, 3 hours.
Yeah,
I mean, Pat, if we have a meeting on the 27th, say, and dedicate it, have a different meeting for our regular business, but let's suppose we have leave the 27th and dedicate it to briefings from advocates on the town meeting warrant articles, and that's it. That can and has to be done, from their standpoint, has to be done remotely. They can't come in person anyway.
That's correct.
So, so that might be another way to think about even the 27th. George, Mark, do you have any thoughts?
as far as the dates that you've mentioned, they're fine with me. Yeah, I'm wondering about if you can get through everything before the meeting in June. So I'm wondering if, maybe we could throw another one in there someplace and keep it, like Ken said, maybe 6 to 8:30 or something, and, try to just dedicate it to one topic or two topics that are important.
Well, we have a lot of, as we know, a lot of articles to go through for town meeting. I think they're going to take, more than, they'll probably take a good 2, if not 3 meetings,
Mhm.
Right.
pretty heavily.
That's why I'm thinking one in.
I'm sorry, Paul,
No, good.
do you recall the finance committee? I went and looked, it was 5 meetings. The first meeting was you though, right?
Mhm. Yes.
So it was 4 meetings with the other proponents
Mhm.
that it took them to get through.
Yeah.
And some of us on the board have had some exposure already, but I know Mark hasn't had any, and I don't know what else might be different. So
I mean, the only suggestion I'd have, and it's a suggestion, is if you meet on Monday, the 12th, which is next Monday. The next following Monday is the Patriots Day holiday. If we did a 90-minute meeting from 6 to 7:30 on Monday, the 26th, and not include town meeting stuff, and then do a May 3rd, May 10th, and then 24th for town meeting articles, then we could see where we stand, particularly after the 10th of May, in terms of where we're fitting up, because you're right, we're going to bring in, the petitioners for the grinder pumps and for the resolution on clean energy, and then the zoning articles and so forth. And so again, that, you could sort of almost dedicate May to that. And like I said, see where you are. So I guess the idea is, if you wanted to stay to a Monday schedule, if you did a truncated meeting on the 26th that was just limited to non-town meeting stuff, so that way you'd only be an hour-and-a-half meeting, and then just hit May full bore with town meeting. But that's a thought.
I don't know how the other board members feel. I'm still more comfortable not meeting on the 26th, and I'd rather pick the 20th or the 27th or both.
You can do the 20th.
I just don't want to risk it.
I agree. I'd rather have plenty of time here than feel like we're, rushing this stuff, because it just seems like those are the times when something else comes up after the fact we didn't think of. So
yeah, the good thing is you got 5 Mondays in May, so
And
one
we
being
could
a
meet
holiday.
And we could meet
Yeah,
at
you can meet on all 4 of them
we could meet
if
4
you
of them.
wanted to.
Right.
The 3rd, the 10th, 17th, and 24th.
And then 2 before town meeting begins in June. So
Could we look at, if we meet on the 12th and we meet again on the 20th, like Pat suggested, could we start bringing in any proponents then, even if they're for the town office articles, for lack of a better word? It's not the planning board, it's not other proponents, right? It's the town departments.
Mm-hmm.
Could we start possibly looking at starting those proponent briefings on the 20th, and then we'll see where we are. And then we plan on May 3rd. You guys are suggesting May 3rd, 10th, or May 3rd, 4th, and 10th. I heard both.
no, I think not the 4th.
Okay.
I think Paul said we could meet 4 times in May if we had to, the 3rd, 10th, 17th, and 24th. I would say that the 3rd, 10th, and 24th, but after the 10th, if we're not making a lot of progress, we can always schedule another meeting the 17th.
On the 17th.
We could do those 4.
And I'm sorry, go ahead, Ken.
The other thing I heard from Evan late today, it's possible we may have that joint meeting with the planning board on Thursday, April 29th at 7 p.m. So that he's still checking out that date, but he heard from that appears to be a date they're targeting for that select board, planning board, UMass Lowell meeting. So I just want to put that into your calculus as well. That could be, right now they're targeting Thursday, April 29th. So I guess that would fill in your off week.
All right. So are we okay with planning on Monday the 12th and then Tuesday the 20th? to get things moving, and then May 3rd,
Sure.
10th, and 24th, and we'll just kind of play May a little bit more by ear.
Sure.
Yep.
Does that work for everyone?
Oh, fine with me.
Sounds good.
Okay. So
I'll start lining people up for as soon as the 20th. Like you said, I'll invite the petitioners and so forth. Because the town employees are more flexible with their schedules since they're paid town employees. But I'd rather try to see if we get folks like Dave Foley and others where we don't know their availability. And where that's school vacation week, we'll just plug in if they're not available. So
right.
anyway, I'll start, and I'll work with you, Virginia, to try to get these things scheduled so that it's
Okay.
orderly.
So any thoughts on Pat's comment regarding in-person versus remote?
I mean, I'm for in person.
Yeah, I'd like to start it myself if we could.
I'm okay. The only thing I can say is I'd like to still have a remote option, especially if there are this many meetings coming up, because I may have trouble being there on a Monday, with all those Mondays, if we end up doing those meetings all in May.
There's always that.
Yeah, that's,
And
other than that, I'm fine going, in person.
yeah, and we have to have the remote link up anyway for public.
If somebody couldn't make the meeting, they could be part of the meeting remotely, right?
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
And Paul, didn't I hear that, or maybe even Pete Padula can address this, that there's work being done on room 204 and 205 to possibly make those, so we can be in there instead of the school office?
Yes, Pete, what's your timetable on that? I know you guys are busy.
Yeah, that was working fine.
Yeah.
Okay, there's no vote we need to take on any of this, right?
Nope.
Do we have a motion?
I will make a motion to adjourn. Is that the motion you're looking for?
It is.
Tell Mark, Mark, usually the clerk.
The clerk makes the motions.
No, the clerk seconds.
Seconds
the motion.
Second the motion. Yeah.
Like an automatic. It's not like you know.
Hey, thank you, George. Just one thing is, can you restate the dates? I want to make sure we've got that straight, and where we're going to meet or how we're going to do it.
So the where and the how,
Hmm?
the where is the school department administration building on North Road in
Okay.
the room where the school committee meets.
I don't know where that is. So, okay.
Okay, we can get that to you. And
Okay.
there will be remote
Options.
links set up as well.
Okay. What are the dates
the
now?
date-
Yeah,
Yeah, so
thank you.
the dates that I have for the select board are Monday, April 12th, Tuesday, April 20th, Monday, May 3rd, Monday, May 10th, Monday, May 24th, and Monday, May 17th, if we need it.
May 7th.
June
June
7th.
7th.
June 7th.
Oh, I thought we were going to look at 4 meetings in May if we need
Oh,
it.
okay. Potentially May 17th, right.
Potentially May 17th. And then the June meetings were, as Paul suggested, June 7th and June 28th,
Okay. Yeah, I
I
have those.
believe. Why did we go 3 weeks in June, Paul?
Town meeting.
Oh, because you got.
Oh,
you-
town
you-
meeting.
You
Yeah,
got, you
okay.
got, yeah.
And then the other one for your calendar, Mark, is Thursday, tentatively Thursday, April 29th at 7 p.m. Paul is saying that's when we're looking at a joint meeting with the planning board and the developer that is
Mhm.
wants to put a development in at the UMass West campus in Princeton Road.
And where would that probably take place?
That would probably have to be
That'll
remote,
be
right,
virtual.
Paul?
That'll probably be fully virtual, remote. Yeah.
because of the number of people.
Okay,
Right.
yeah.
So is there a reason why that's at 7 and not 6?
I think they're trying to do that with the planning board schedule and the development schedule. Like I said,
Okay.
I'll try for 6, but I know they're trying to focus on the date.
Sure, yeah,
And I think if it's one topic, it's okay.
sure, yeah.
7.
In Virginia, all yours are 6, right? All of our meetings?
Yes.
Okay.
And Mark, it's really the school administration building is just to the left of the Veterans Park. If you're looking at the Veterans
Yeah.
Park in North Road.
Yeah, the old police station, but
Yeah.
I was just
Yep,
curious.
yep,
I
there
didn't
you
know
go.
the room inside there. Getting in.
You go in
Yeah,
the main door.
you
and
walk in,
just
it's
to
right
the
there.
right.
Okay, great, thanks.
The other thing is if you are participating remotely, we're asking that people log on 10 to 15 minutes ahead of time so that Pete can admit people into a breakout room so that we're not, it's a Zoom bombing mitigation just to do an extra check before we let people in the meeting.
Good idea.
Okay.
All right. So we have a motion.
Second?
All those in favor? Pat,
Aye.
George,
Aye.
Mark,
Aye.
Ken,
Aye.
and I vote aye. Thank you, everyone. Thanks, Paul.
Okay, good night, everybody.
Okay.
Aye.
Take
Take care.
care.